this is Control. Dusan, this is Control. Do you read me?
Copy, I read you.
We need to schedule a window for a station attitude maneuver.
1,300 hours.
Copy that. We'll await your data for runtime and attitude.
Julius, give me status checks on port and starboard verniers. Assign telemetry to high band, suspend sun tracking. And get me some coffee. Okay. I get the coffee myself.
Alexei? Alexei?
Commander, this is Control.
McTiernan?
Can you go to the secure company link, please?
Signal secure. What is it?
Just to update you, the company are undertaking a management reappraisal. We have some specialists in who are evaluating the group efficiency across the board.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
What you will not yet be aware of is that we are sending someone up to appraise the crew status.
The crew status?
You are at the sharp end of the operation up there, Catherine. Naturally, the company wants to gain a total perspective on how the operation is running.
My bi-monthly reports don't serve that purpose.
The company is looking for a neutral evaluation. You understand?
Sure.
We'll try not to intrude on your workload. And, Commander, at present, this is for your information exclusively. Don't want to undermine morale.
Copy that. Unity out.
So who's this kid anyway? And what is he doing on board?
Alexei Stepnayak. He's completing his PhD in astrophysics. He'll be working alongside Lyle.
Or rather, Lyle will be working alongside him.
Is he cute?
Paula, he's 14.
You can still be cute and be 14.
A child prodigy, huh?
Just like Lyle.
Oh, Lyle. Were you cute when you were 14?
Lyle was always cute.
What about his travelling companion, this guy Sutter?
Dr. Sutter is head of Alexei's physics department.
Well, is he cute?
I don't think I'd say cute.
Oh, well, what would you say?
Alexei and Dr. Sutter will be on the station for a couple of weeks, so let's do whatever we can to make this a smooth visit for them, shall we? Hi, Dusan.
Morning, Commander.
So where's the Wizkid and his partner?
Asleep, I guess. Still on US time.
Talking about our house guest?
Have you met them?
No, Shannon had the deck last night.
Do you think Catherine's taken a shine to Sutter?
I don't know, Paula.
So Sutter's getting to work already, huh?
Did you sleep okay, Dr. Sutter?
Well, thank you, yes. Except I kept wanting to get up in the middle of the night to look at that view. It's fantastic.
Oh, yes, I know. That's an impulse that never wears off. Oh, did Carvey explain the orientation program to you?
Yeah, he pronounced me fit and well, and then pointed me toward the gym. Now, apparently, that's an important part of the regime up here.
Yes, really important. I don't get there as much as I'd like to.
If you don't mind me saying so, you don't need to.
What will you be doing while Alex is working with Lyle? Can we provide you with any facilities?
Hey, no, I'm fine, thanks. I'm waiting on word on a couple of projects of mine. So as long as I can be contacted, I'm happy just to hang out. Treat it as a vacation and try not to get in anybody's way.
I'm sure you won't do that.
Break it up, break it up. You two live here? Ah, I get it. Voice activated, but no speech facility. Is that it? What are you, anyway? You look like old Matrix 770s. Are you? Oh, well, someone should sort out that speech problem for you. Bye.
We prepped up?
Yeah, I'd just like to look at some details outside.
What's the matter? You afraid something's gonna fall off?
It's very funny, Walter. Julius, show me side section 12 through 20. Central 16.
No, I'd have to get out and take a look at those heat radiation panels.
Should be fine for now. Eccentric 19. Okay, control, we're set for a 1 minute 38-second burn.
Oh, hi, kid, come on in.
The station keeping maneuvers necessary because of orbital decay?
That's right. Hi, Dusen. It's Walter B. Shannon, second in command.
Hi.
This is...
Pretty amazing, huh?
Computer technology.
shrinks everything.
That's right.
Have a seat.
I'm supposed to be up on the science deck with Dr. Campbell.
He's not at work yet.
Lexi, hey, plenty of the ride home right here, huh?
Carl, I already have.
Good.
Dusen. Walter, this is Dr. Carl Sutter. He's accompanying Alexei.
Hi, Walter.
Dusen Kashkavian, Walter Shannon.
Hello, Dusen. Long time.
12 years?
You two know each other?
Knew each other. Right, Sutter?
Right, Dusen.
Hey, Paula. You want to hear something creepy?
What?
Controller sending up some management consultant. You know, group dynamics specialists to check us out.
How do you know?
Dwight McGovern, you know this payload specialist guy, told me this woman had been all over them for a month. And the company fired 150 people.
What?
Yeah.
Well, when are they coming?
She is coming in a couple of weeks.
So Catherine must know.
Sure she knows.
So why didn't she say anything?
Because she knows we're gonna freak
And
out.
this is 100% for sure,
Well,
right?
I'm gonna double check with Dwight. He's my source. And he's never been wrong before. And Paula.
Of course.
You okay, Shannon?
Yeah, green lights all the way. I really would like to take a closer look at these heat radiation panels.
Let's put that into the next EVA.
Yeah.
So what's the story with you and Sutter?
Nothing, no story. Just a bit of static a few years back when I was a student, that's all.
Care to elaborate?
Catherine, I don't want to badmouth that guy, okay?
Elaborate anyway. I'd like to know who we're sharing the place with.
Well, let's just say Sutter is a very clever guy who spots the next big idea or fine young mind and attaches himself to it.
So where do you fit into the equation? Good idea or fine young mind?
You should ask Sutter.
So how big do you believe these objects are, Alexei?
The one I'm searching for may be bigger than Pluto itself.
That's pretty wild conjecture. The Kuiper belt has been closely scrutinized, and you're talking about finding maybe a dozen or more undiscovered objects.
They're there. My calculations based on the TNOs tell me they are. That's why I wanted the opportunity to use a 30-meter optical array. And I have to use every opportunity. Every day.
Why are you in such a hurry to do this? I mean, I don't believe anyone else is going down the same alley.
Dr. Campbell, you made major discoveries at my age. And Carl says if you don't make it when you're young, you never get any real respect.
Well, that's nonsense. And dangerous nonsense.
Dr. Sutter, can I help you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Don't worry, if I need anything, I'll ask for you, Mr. Shannon.
It's Shannon.
Forgive me, Mr. Shannon. fascinated as to how this thing is constructed.
8 habitation and work pods revolving around a low-gravity
Central truss. Yeah, I got it here.
Good, of course.
You mind if I carry on?
Why would I mind?
Thank you.
Ever think about the disparity between what the company charges for this job and what we're paid?
I prefer not to.
You know, I reckon after deductions, medical and everything, I was making more money 5 years ago.
Yeah, but this is a prestige engagement.
I take the money, you take the prestige. You know what else? This is supposed to be an off-world contract, right? Well, last month, the company deducted back taxes off my salary. No explanation.
Hey, I hope I'm not interrupting anything, ladies.
Well, I haven't been called that for a long time.
That is a crime. I'm Carl Sutter.
Harry Eschenbach. Paula Hernandez.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
So, this is where the real work gets done.
Kind of like a 19th century workhouse. We put in all the sweat and the company gets all the money.
Word has it, you mix a mean martini.
Yeah. But this is a private club and membership is closed.
Come back at 6 and let's see what we can do.
I look forward to it. Thanks.
You think that was a good idea?
Harry, we're locked up here with 4 men and 2 tin robots. We have to be a little less discriminating.
I suppose he is who he says he is. What do you mean? Well, I just wondered if he's some sort of advanced party. Or this group analysis thing? Or even part of it. You know how devious the company can be. This kid on the station and everything makes a perfect smokescreen.
Think? Maybe you're right. I mean, how did he know we mix a mean martini? I think you should put a call into Dwight.
Walter, Dr. Sutter has been given Category 1 clearance by Security and Operations. I think you should relax. He's a visiting academic. We've had them before.
Well, I get a bad feeling from the guy. See, I got a nose for these
He's
things.
not moving in with us. It's just a week. If it makes you feel any better, I don't much take to you myself.
Wait a minute. Why don't you take to him?
Just a hint of passive-aggressive temperament. It's well disguised, but it's there.
Then how'd you notice it?
Walter, look. We all have our little idiosyncrasies. Dr. Sutter has his. I'm just trained to spot them. That's all.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about me?
Well, at the moment, I'd say an unwarranted streak of paranoia.
Thank you.
The IR spectrometer's online looking for far-infrared hotspots.
What's it telling you?
I think I may have found a couple of candidates.
Source?
I think one or both may be catalogued objects.
Well, remember what we said about taking our time. So let's just check them out and take our time.
A set of observations made over 72 hours would help me calculate the nature of their orbits. How large and elliptical...
Oh, really?
Sorry, Lyle, of course. You know that.
That's okay. So, what kind of a tutor is Dr. Sutter?
He lets me get on with the work. I have specialist tutors available to assist me. What was your tutor like?
Oh, very compassionate. A quite brilliant man. Knew his strengths, knew his failings. He's dead now. I miss him.
Unity Space Sciences Corporation, how can I help you?
Dwight McGovern, please. This is Harry Eschenbach on the station.
I'm sorry, Ms. Eschenbach. Mr. McGovern is no longer with the company.
Not available?
I'm sorry, Ms. Eschenbach. Mr. McGovern
What?
is no longer with the company.
I just spoke to him yesterday. What happened?
I really have no details. All I can tell you that Mr. McGovern is...
Yeah. No longer with the company, I know.
The plot thickens.
Let's keep this to ourselves. We don't want to spook everybody.
So when I pushed Duzin on it, he said He's some kind of a failed academic who, well, uses his kids and his proteges as some kind of prop for his department and his reputation.
I think what he said was that Sutter's a shrewd guy who could spot a good idea.
Well, the implication's there.
So, if all we're talking about is an implication...
Well, it's just that I think we should be doing less of this open house business. I mean, when we let that photographer up here, I mean, we got canned and badly.
But this guy isn't a photographer. Okay?
Okay, Catherine.
Anyway, Walter, you'll have to excuse me. I have a dinner engagement.
You've got a dinner engagement?
That's right, with Dr. Sutter.
Oh, I see.
Visitors are customarily invited to dine with the captain. Remember.
Hey, you wear the badge, Catherine.
How is it? Running into an old student after all these years.
Oh, Catherine, it's always intriguing to see what becomes of him. I mean, Dusan was and is an exceptionally bright young man. He had very progressive ideas, but I just don't think ultimately he had the commitment for the hard world of academic life. Otherwise, he would have persevered.
You think he's betraying his talents working here?
Well, let's say he took the soft option.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't expecting wine with dinner.
Oh, we break it out on occasions. Can't allow life to become too austere.
I'm flattered to be one of those occasions.
But it's obviously academic life where you enjoy being.
Hey, I'm not so sure. What do we do? We contaminate our young minds with the same exhausted ideas we've been promoting for centuries. We've crushed every indigenous group into extinction. We've supplanted millions of years of accumulated wisdom with institutional dogma. Hey, maybe only a global catastrophe can save us.
Oh, that's a rather extreme perspective.
Catherine, I'm not so sure we don't deserve it. But here I am, the guest of one of the most powerful conglomerates on Earth, one supported by many of the institutions which I'm rebuking. Maybe I should be a little bit more diplomatic.
No, you don't have to be. Oh, not all the company's ideas are necessarily my own.
See, I knew I was right.
In what respect?
Well, I never read you as a composite company figure.
How did you read me?
Shrewd, compassionate, original. Although I would guess, with a few soft edges.
Well, I can fight my own corner when I have to. But you're right. That isn't the whole picture.
Hey, it never is.
Indeed. Carl, I have a few things I have to take care of. Controller always has something they want to talk about at this time of night. Would you excuse me?
Yeah, of course. And Catherine, thank you for dinner.
If there's anything you need, Shannon or myself will be glad to help.
Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this place.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Why?
I might get to like it.
Let's not be intimidated by what we like. Good night.
Okay, last hand, then I'm hitting the sack.
Oh, I don't know. This doesn't look too good.
Well, you already owe me 60,000 credits, so you might as well stay in.
What happened to our house guest?
The kid was still working with Liaison. Copy?
Weighs you 50?
So what about the good doctor? He didn't show up at cocktail hour.
Excuse me, can we concentrate on this game, please? 50.
Okay, I'll stay in and race you 100.
Somewhere out there, that's what you're looking for.
You're fortunate to have all this time out here. I only have a few weeks.
I'll see how you feel after a week. Then tell me how fortunate I am.
It's like a symphony.
A symphony?
Mathematically perfect. Numbers form the basis of any symphony. Creation couldn't exist without them. At least, not in any cognitive universe.
So your universe is like a musical score?
My universe. I like that. Do you think there are as many universes as there are human perceptions of them?
Oh, Alexei, I think you should talk to my son. He's more at ease with philosophical abstractions than I am.
Hi, decent.
Hey, what are you doing now?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but Harry felt we could trust you.
That's nice.
You hear most of the sensitive communications that are routed up to us, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Have you heard anything about a visiting group dynamics specialist apparently coming up to give us an appraisal?
No.
Well, Harry got word from a payload specialist that we're going to get a visit.
It's news to me.
You sure?
To hell with you, Paula. We're in the same team, all right?
Okay, I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, that's a pity, because you did.
Okay, look, no. We just heard that a lot of people have been fired, and when we put a call into Dwight, he'd been fired as well.
Better be on our best behavior then, hadn't we?
Lyle? Lyle!
What? What is it? What's happening?
I think I found something.
It's 3 a.m.
Can you come and look?
In fact, it's 3:30 a.m.
In the last batch of images we sequenced, there seems to be an occultation of a very faint star.
Now, hold it.
I'm checking its spectrum
Hold it.
size and class, but this means something must have passed in front of the star to obscure it.
Could just be scintillation caused by the solar wind.
No, the effect was steady and lasted too long.
Well, the zodiacal light, then?
No, the telescope's too far from the sun to be blinded by zodiacal light.
Are you sure it isn't one of the known objects in the Kuiper Belt?
No, I'm not sure yet. But if it isn't, Lyle, there's something there.
Okay. Chill out. We'll check the images and the printouts and see if the timings match throughout the sequence. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. Meantime, why don't you try and get some sleep? Not a whole lot's going to change out there tonight. It's looked pretty much the same the last 2 billion years.
I applied for a grant in Sutter's department when I still was a student. But I figured him out right away, what he was up to. He didn't like me, and I didn't like him. Sutter. He had his name all over papers he didn't write, he didn't contribute to, and wouldn't know how to. So I blew a whistle on his whole department. He kicked me out and talked his way around the faculty head. But hey, what do you know, he's still there.
Was that prudent?
I didn't get my grant.
So Alexei isn't the first of his protégés?
Of course not.
Basking in reflected glory. Is that so clever?
Doing it for 15 years, not getting spotted, that's clever. That's very clever.
Oh, thank you. Hey, I hope you'll forgive my diatribe last night.
No, not at all. I agree with some of what you say. But we can't stand still. It's human nature to inquire and expand. The work Alexei's doing, for instance, it could only be undertaken out here.
More importantly, I hope I didn't unsettle you with my foolish gesture.
Was it foolish?
Impulsive?
We shouldn't deny ourselves impulsive gestures, should we? Or how did you put it? Be intimidated by the things we like?
Well, it was late, and, hey, I'm prone to holding forth. Forgive me.
And prone to being impulsive?
Perhaps.
Catherine,
Yes, Harry.
you have a minute?
Sure, what's up?
Well, I have to ask you something. Better I come right out with it, right?
Well, I'd always prefer that you did. What's on your mind?
Well, the company are sending up some kind of group dynamics specialists, are they? To check us over?
Yes, that's right. Myself included, all of us.
Why didn't you tell us?
Why should we be telling everyone? At the appropriate time, and when we have a chance to have a group meeting, and this can be aired in its proper context. Otherwise, I know these things are misinterpreted and lead to panic.
Well, I'm just naturally concerned, particularly when I heard that the company had been downsizing the workforce.
Oh, they had too many people in R&D. That was common knowledge.
Well, but Dwight McGovern, one of the payload specialists, he's been fired as well. I called him at home when they told me he'd left the company.
Oh, that I didn't know. But relax. They can't do much downsizing around here. And I've been through these group consultant things before. You just carry on as though they weren't happening. I assure you, Harry, there's nothing to worry about. This crew has my full personal endorsement. If they try any downsizing around here, they'll have to get past me first.
Right. Well, okay, thanks.
Doctor? All along the crooked gulch, as plain as when I was there with my eyes still young, I could see that something else died there in the bloody mud and was buried in the blizzard. The people's dream died there.
So, Dewson, I had you pegged for better things.
Well, you did all you could do to close off the route to any better things I might have pursued.
Yeah, but you're happy here, in your own little domain.
I beat off a few thousand others who were after the job, and yeah, I like the people here.
Yeah, safely removed from any challenge to your position. It's smart.
Listen, Sutter, you're a guest on board of this company, and as such, I'm obliged to be civil to you. Now, if you have any sense, you keep the hell out of my way.
Gentlemen,
Dr. Campbell, how's my boy doing?
your boy is doing fine.
So what's he up to? I haven't spoken to him today.
I'm running some numbers on a possible occultation we've observed.
That's a spectral analysis of the light emitting from the object under inquiry, Doctor.
Really?
He's got a plan of the sublevel in his case, and he was scrolling through the mainframe, looking at the station plan.
He might reasonably ask you what you were doing going through his stuff.
I told you, I've got a bad feeling about this guy. Something's wrong. A visiting professor carrying around plans of the sub-level.
The whole damn station plan can be lifted off the company website, right down to the last nut and bolt. Just about every space buff has got a copy.
Well, that's true, but what does he want them for?
Look, I really don't think we have the right to challenge him, Walter. And furthermore, I have to ask you on what authority you were in his room.
I don't understand why, with his demeanor and what I've told you about him, it doesn't raise some concern. I mean, Duzin has nothing good to say about him. I've got this gut feeling. Well, you had dinner with him last night. What's your impression of the guy?
All right, but what exactly is behind all this, Walter? Because what you've told me so far doesn't warrant undue concern.
All right, Catherine. I'll level with you. I've been doing some checking into Sutter's background. Morning, Doctor.
Mr. Shannon. Hey, I'm on my way to the hydroponicum. It's not to be missed, apparently.
Just carry on around this loop. Past 2 airlocks, you can't miss it.
Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you, let me know.
I'm fine, thanks. Oh, Mr. Shannon.
Yep.
Don't worry. She holds you in the highest regard.
Who does?
Commander McTiernan.
And why should I worry?
Oh, it was just that I detected a little touch of professional resentment, that's all.
No, Doctor. What you detect is a little spirited disagreement on occasion. I'd stand in front of a gun for Catherine. Catch you later, Doctor.
Let Carver hear what you told me.
Okay. I called a friend of mine in intelligence. There isn't any dirt this guy can't dig. And wait till you hear the dirt that's sticking to Mr. Sutter. Seems he got himself admitted twice in the last 6 months to the Payne Whitney for psychiatric evaluation. Always got himself admitted under a different name or manipulated the records, right? This guy's got a long history of mental disturbances, all of which he attributes to overwork.
None of this renders him a threat, though, Walter.
But all of this got past control. It's all been managed and manipulated. Had they known, would he be here?
I grant you that. But these are private medical matters, which we can hardly challenge him about.
What's your evaluation of him, Carver?
Well, the most cursory post-flight examination. He seems balanced, lucid, charming, in fact. Okay, I did detect a bipolar disposition.
Oh, come on. What's that mean?
It means that he will have the tendency to oscillate between one state and another, with very little needed to prompt a change in mood.
And there's something else. Sutter's going to lose his department. It's due to close in the next few months. Seems he's been juggling funds between one project and another for years, and siphoning money into some rehab project for American Indians.
And how do you know that?
A newspaper cutting in his briefcase. That's what got me wondering.
Wondering what?
Well, it's an odd thing to carry around with you, especially up here.
So Catherine assures you there's nothing insidious in this and we should just relax?
That's about the size of it.
Well, Catherine's a straight shooter. We've got to trust what she says. Or don't you agree?
Oh, no, of course I agree, but it's just that my own situation is a little bit more tenuous than everyone else's.
Yeah, I see.
But that's my problem.
I don't think you should worry about it now. You don't show, Catherine's on your side, and Carve's not going to say anything.
Isn't he?
So, what have we got?
Well, the timings check out.
Well, okay. They do check out.
So we saw an occultation. Something obscured the star. Something is out there between it and us.
Okay. I accept that we saw an occultation, but...
I've done some more calculations. There's a possibility of a Kuiper Belt object close to the star that was occulted.
Alexei, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but this is all about precise, rational inquiry. Now, the first thing we need...
What's that?
Happens now and then. Failure in the main bus. It'll come back. There. So, this is what we have to do. First, we need visual confirmation of the spectral analysis.
Catherine,
Yes, Shannon?
a new twist.
I'm listening.
I can't find Sutter anywhere on the station. He's disappeared.
Well, he can't have disappeared.
Well, it looks like that's exactly what he's done. Because I've looked everywhere, and he's just vanished.
Please report to a secure area in the 1G environment.
Amanda's exiting 0G at 16:25. All samples secure.
Thermal imaging puts him in the sub-level.
What does he think he's doing down there?
I'll tell you where it is, not what he's thinking.
He's not carrying any kind of communications back.
No, he can't hear us, we can't hear him.
Hey, something's interfering with our photovoltaics.
What?
Power's draining out almost as quick as we're picking it up. Photovoltaics, habitat system, backups, everything.
Lost the thermal imaging on Sutter as well now.
That's what he's doing. He's screwing with our electrics.
Let's not jump into any conclusions, Walter.
I'm not jumping to anything. I've said all along that...
Okay, Dusan, you and I'll go down there. Shannon will take command of the deck, continue to monitor the PV uptake, and keep us posted.
Commander, I think you should both carry immobilizers.
Yes. Shannon, we're at Spark 26 on the sub-level. We're splitting up here.
Copy.
How's our power?
Not healthy.
Shannon, I found the problem. The main power unit is disarmed. I'm going to fix it.
Dusan. Dusan! Dusan! Catherine, I've lost Dusan somewhere near the EIU. That's where our problem is.
Okay, I'll go back.
Hey, listen, be careful.
What's happening?
I honestly don't know.
Shannon, I found Dusan. He's down.
I wonder who could have done that.
He's okay. He'll have a bad headache, that's all.
I'll come down.
No, stay there. Someone has to be on deck. That's an order, Shannon. I'll look at the IEA.
I don't like her being down there alone. I'm going down.
No, you can't. You have to stay on deck, Walter. If anyone goes, I do. And besides, Catherine can handle herself.
Catherine, please don't touch that.
Well, our systems are running down. So you know I have to.
People's dream died there. It was a beautiful dream. And now the nation's hoop is broken and scattered. There is no center any longer.
And the sacred tree is dead.
Catherine, you see, I knew we were kindred spirits.
I've read some American history. That doesn't make us kindred spirits, Sutter.
Now, Catherine.
What the hell are they talking about?
That we agreed you conduct yourself as a responsible guest on this station. this isn't exactly responsible.
Black Elk was a great visionary, and he was correct. The people's dream has died. It has been supplanted by a nightmare. We have lost contact with one another, with nature, with life. The consumer and the corporation are omnipotent. The shopping malls have become our cathedrals, places where we roam with our children at weekends. Boredom and disillusionment are the hallmarks of modern life, and the Space Corporation plans to similarly contaminate everything it comes into contact with.
No. We've taken a small step towards a new world. We may not have made it far, a few hundred miles, but we will. And we carried the best of human aspirations with us.
Catherine. You're falling for your own corporate dogma. I expected better of you than that.
What do you have in mind, Carl?
Oh, nothing theatrical. The power will run down. The end will be a little unpleasant. Oxygen deprivation will lead to toxemia and so on. And then we will be left spinning in this mausoleum. At least doing no harm to anyone.
What about Alexei?
Catherine, we're what, 9 souls on the station? It is but a conceit to think that we are more worthy than the entire human race.
You okay?
Yeah.
Shannon, have Carvey come down here and take a look at Dusan.
What about Sutter?
No. He doesn't need any help. Do you want to tell me what you're thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
No. Not sure that I know either.
Looks like you found something. Well done, Professor. You've proved your theory and located one of your Kuiper Belt objects.
We found that?
Well, you did.
I found that. I found that. I don't think this is a good idea.
Why?
Oh, I might get to like it.
Hey, let's not be intimidated by what we like. Forgive me. You see, I knew we were kindred spirits. People's dream died there. It has been supplanted by a nightmare. The consumer and the corporation are omnipotent. The shopping malls have become our cathedrals. Boredom and disillusionment are the hallmarks of modern life, of the Space Corporation.